morning, dog. You sure are. Morning, Noodles. Hey, Frank is the best. Yeah, but I'm indisposed right now there, Noodles. Morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Yeah, that is a long commercial. I need to make a bunch more short ones on individual stuff. What a day it is. I slept in till just about 15, 20 minutes ago. I sure haven't even got my coffee on. I can't even read that word. Delinquent? Is that what that says? Hey, Philly. Sensei Noodles? Sensei Noodles? What are you talking about, Philly? I'm the one that saved your ass. And you calling him Sensei? Yeah, you just jealous. You just jealous, Noodles. You just want to be me. We know it, that you have Grizz envy. I am the best. I build the best fires. I pick the best fire starters. I cook the best meat. I drive the best car. I'm a better driver than you. I have better neighbors than you. I live in a better environment than you. I went to a better school than you. I'm wiser than you. I can sing louder than you. I can jump higher than you. I'm just better than you. Oh, brother, Philly. You go back to McDonald's where you belong. Your eyesight is 2015 my ours. Your eyesight is what made you dyslexic. You see everything backwards and jumbled up. I live in the wrong state for the Hatfield and McCoys, but I'd be proud if they was my neighbors. 'You made this Lexia super sexy again. Yeah, right. I seen all the people over there snickering at you. I mean, you do have two or three yuppie fans, you know, but they kind of act like the Beetle girls. 17, 18 vision. That was the year. That was the year that you was born. 17, 18. Morning, Kinsey. You know what, Noodles? Even my turds are better looking than yours. Well, I can read type from 20, 30 feet away if it's large enough. Looks like I need to play another commercial. Yeah, Noodles, I tell you what, you really need to get Frank to come back to help you. He could really help your channel. Yeah, I'm not in competition with Big Steve. 4 minutes is enough. I hear you, dog. Yeah, I've got 3 views, and he's probably got what, 10? But he's probably got 2 people talking, maybe one. But I don't even want to talk about Steve. I don't care about him. <laughs> 4 minutes is enough for you for the commercials, huh? Well, that's because I'm the best looking, Noodle. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I'm the most handsome dude in the world. At least on YouTube, I'm the most handsome dude on YouTube. Don't we all, Frank? Fake Frank, don't we all? Liar, 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 pants on fire. You must be talking to Noodles there. Mirror, mirror, smashed by a rock. We need to have another talk. Right now, as I'm sitting on the throne, I'm wondering how many pints this thing holds. Maybe it should be measured in quarts. And the longer I sit on the throne, the harder the seat gets. I had to get off that thing for a few minutes. Let's see here. Make me some coffee. There's enough coffee in here to heat up. What makes you think I got indoor plumbing? Do I have Noodles that show me how to make coffee? Noodles don't know how to make coffee. He goes to buy that yuppie coffee. He doesn't know how to make coffee. He goes to 7-Eleven and buys yuppie coffee at 7-Eleven. What a joke. Yuppie coffee at 7-Eleven. Let's see here. Where's my paper towels? Okay. Yeah, he don't know nothing about coffee. And by the way, I'm going to tell you something there, Philly. I have a reputation to uphold about indoor plumbing, and you better not let it on out that I do have indoor plumbing. I will squash that rumor so fast. I mean, I have a reputation to keep, and I intend on keeping it. Don't you dare go telling anybody that I got indoor plumbing. Do what Noodle says. Ha! Ha! I ain't doing anything that dyslexic freak says. I mean, that guy went to do a fundraiser for himself. He to buy a beer. Did you see that? He was doing a fundraiser to buy a beer, and he couldn't even get any funds to buy a beer. I mean, he's the worst e-bagger ever. And you talk about a support group. No. You know, he has 2, 3, 4 people that like him. You're one of them. Leo's another one. There's a number of people that just put up with him, but they won't even buy him a beer. They won't do nothing for him. It's like they hate him. It's like he starts begging for beer money, and then everybody starts snickering at him. Ooh, that wasn't much coffee, maybe a quarter of a cup. Oh well. That's a little bit to sip on until this pot is made. He only had one contributor. One contributor that was out of the wire that would send him $2 every month. He would get $2 from out of the wire every month, and finally out of the wire says, "You know what, Noodles, I can't support you no more. You're going to have to go get a job. You're going to have to do something to better your life. I can't continue to do this. I can't keep on enabling your pathetic life." So out of the wire he stopped enabling Noodles. Told him to better himself. If he had to constantly be begging, for money from out of the wire. Out of the wire had enough. He just says, "I can't take this anymore. I'm done. I can't continue to enable you with $2 every single month." I mean, Noodles is pathetic. You need to get a job better than being a janitor. At 43 years of age, you should have some skills built up. But being a janitor, and a non-poisonous omelet? Are you kidding me? That omelet that he made, he said he even admitted it was crunchy. Have you ever had a crunchy omelet before? If your omelet is crunchy, there's something drastically wrong with it. A crunchy omelet. A crunchy omelet. Never had a crunchy omelet before. Yeah, good. It's foul and disgusting. Your omelet was foul and disgusting. That was horrible. That was horrible, Noodles. I would have never. I would have been too embarrassed to show that. That was. I don't know. I don't think Disgusting Dave is an act. I think Disgusting Dave is a real character. Disgusting Dave cooks a disgusting omelet. Yeah, right, Philly. I am the best cook out there. I'm the best. Morning, Ron. Hillbillies don't get jealous, especially of crunchy omelets. No. If his omelet was crunchy, there was one or two things wrong with it. Either he overcooked it or it had eggshells in it, and I'm not sure why it was. Why would his omelet be crunchy? He either overcooked it or he had eggshells in it. Never to eat on video again. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, I know. I know you had steak envy. You know that steak was delicious. No, you need to go and take your money and support Noodles. He needs all the money that he can get. Hey, videos do get a lot of views. Yeah, I don't do much in the way of shorts. I've done a few, but I don't want to master the art of trying to get. I think that on you got to get 100,000 views on shorts in order to be worth anything. Well, Noodles, I watched your tuna steak video, and I mean, Iron Dog, I watched you cooking that tuna steak, and I watched Noodles cooking that omelet, and I swear you both went to the same school of chefery. Don't call you Noodles. Hey, I'm just saying that Noodles omelet and your tuna, you both went to the same school of chefery. I now pronounce you a cafeteria prep chef. You won't find Chef Boyardee in my house, but you know you'll find it in your house. No, I can't open the can because I ain't got cans. I got glass jars. That's why. Oh, I gotta do canning. I'm going up to a friend's house. He's got a whole bunch of tomatoes coming on right now. So I gotta go up there to his place and can up a whole bunch of them for him today. Bring a whole back for me to roast and can tomorrow. And I think this batch that I canned for myself, instead of roasting them in the oven, I'm going to roast them over the fire. I'm going to smoke roast them. See how that turns out. I've never done that with tomatoes for canning purposes. I think it'll turn out good to roast the tomatoes over a fire and get a little bit of smoke flavor to it before I can it. Hairballs, Jim. Yep, I had to make a trip back. See, my coffee might be ready. He says she's ready to eat. He says she's ready to eat. Yeah, my coffee should be done. I think. See what color it is coming out. Nope, it needs to percolate a little bit more. Fajita says she's ready to eat. My dogs eat the best. Super good, high quality dried dog food with some home canned turkey broth. Woo! Home canned turkey broth, nothing but the best for my dog. And I don't let here. Here we go. I just want you all to know that I don't let my dog get up on the table and pee. I do not let my dog piss on the table. Yeah, I guess that's one way to potty train your dog. Try to pee out on the floor, but I don't train my dog that way. I'm sorry, I just don't think that that's right. And then to eat an omelet, a lousy cooked omelet, on that same table, disgusting. Just disgusting what people will do for attention. Oh, my coffee boiled over a little. It's just disgusting what people do for attention. It really is. Just a second, girl. I'm just about ready to give you your food. There, that coffee's ready. That coffee is ready. Oh, shoot, I got a no. I do need a spoon. Okay, Fajita. Here you go. Nothing but the best for my dog. Yeah, 'cause you're spoiled, huh, girl? You tell them that it's nothing but the best for you. Nothing but the best for you, huh, Fajita? 'Cause you're the best. You and Tarantino and that other retard dog up, wouldn't you, Fajita? You would just shred his dogs. Yeah. Started a batch of 7-day pickles yesterday. Cool. You gotta really try putting some rye bread on in there. What a slice of rye bread and some pickles, Tim. I really think you'll like that flavor. Going to the junkyard. Noodles, just calm down, Noodles. I know you like everybody to pretend that you're the best, but you're in the real world now over here. You're amongst real people. I know you got your little yuppies that follow you around. The Phillies and the Leos and stuff, and Chris does. You got your little yuppies that say that you're the best, that follow you around and idolize you. But this isn't that group here, Noodles. It's not all about you here, okay? Weatherman, this stuff. You're getting some light rain. Yes, Krista, Leo, and Philly do love you. Those are the only three fans that I know for sure that you have. Those three are diehard fans. So I would have to say, when you say that you have the best fans, I would wholeheartedly agree with you that your fans, you do have the best fans. All three of them. All three of them. Get it? Oh man, I'm so funny. I gotta stop laughing so hard. That hurts. Morning, Moose. I gotta go. I gotta leave in, what is it? It's about 6 o'clock. I gotta leave in 2 hours, head up the mountain to go pick them tomatoes. I think there's gonna be about 3, maybe 4 dozen pints. Some of it I might, and that's after I cook it down into the paste. But some of it I'm not gonna be cooking down. Some of it's just gonna make stewed. Yeah, every day's a busy day protecting your birds from the hawks, etc., and the coyotes. I just can't believe the difference that a person has from environment to environment with the predators that they have with their chickens. We really have very low predatorial problems with our chickens here. I'm not saying that we don't have predators. I'm just saying they're not a huge problem. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Well, a friend of mine up to where I'm going at today, he has twice as many chickens as I have. And he has a larger predator problem than I've got. But I think part of his problem is his chicken coop needs to be torn down and rebuilt. Because the predators do get into his chicken coop and kill his chickens on in there from time to time. And if a predator can get into my chicken coop and kill something, at that point of the game, I don't blame the predator. I need to make sure that my chicken coops is safe for the chickens. New Mexican governor is not going to doing favors for the blondes. I don't know, Moose. I wasn't on it. I wasn't on the Titanic, so I couldn't say. Smoking is so glamorous. This is all an advertisement right now to all the little ones. Don't smoke. Before you pick up that first cigarette, remember, Uncle Grizz said, don't smoke. Don't do it. It's nasty, it's vile, it's disgusting, and does absolutely nothing for you. Don't smoke. You'll end up like me, or even worse yet, you'll end up like Noodles. So don't smoke. In worst case scenario, you could end up like Brad. Noodles is the very best. Yeah, we know that you're a Yuppie fan. We know that you're a member of his fans only club. You, Michelle, and Krista. Not Michelle, I'm sorry. Not Michelle. I don't think Michelle is actually an OnlyFans of Noodles. I meant Krista and Leo. Michelle has more brains than that. No, I really do like all the people involved there. It's just fun to pick on them all. You ready to go inside, girl? So you're telling me you're ready to go indoors? Starting to get cold. Okay, come on. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Let's see here. Oh my, it looks like while I was gone, the conversation got heated here a little bit. Let's see here. They sank the sister ship. It was to kill the millionaires. Noodles is the very best. Yeah, Noodles sucks. Noodles sucks crunchy eggs. uh, ooh, Frank. Hey, Frank, you're the best, but you know what? Take it easy with him, man. I told my girlfriend she was the best. Moose, I gave him a wrench because he brings controversy. I'm still not sure who Dishonest and Frank is, but he's a character. Morning, pecan baby. Good morning and goodbye. I've achieved that. Yeah, I think so. Deadwood. Yeah. Billy says, Frank, you know what? I am jealous of you, and I apologize. You are the best, and I think you and Lee would make a beautiful babies. Can you ever forgive me? Honest with Frank forever. Name my pants Deadwood. Morning, Bill. In red. To the firewood stack. Well, it's too dark right now. It wouldn't hardly show up on camera. Making progress. I got the shed, the woodshed about a third of the way full. I still got 2/3 of the way to go. Leave me alone. Now, dishonest Frank, tell us what you can do for Noodles. Noodles needs all the help he can get with growing his channel. He has 3 OnlyFans, diehard fans, and he just needs some help with his channel. Can you help him? Call it hardwood. Let it go with a warning. Cool. See, it's awesome to have women like Margaret around, isn't it, Ben? See, now maybe you can try that next time, Ben, and see if it works for you. Yeah, I don't even know why she got a warning. I don't know, Moose, but I think that Frank needs to be in time to on out whoever that is. Your rack isn't as impressive as hers. Yeah, but it's still, hey, you know what? You don't know until you try, Ben. That's all I can say there. The glitch in the matrix. Tim, are you calling Margaret's breast a glitch in the matrix? Frank's ego invaded Billy's mind. It's like a virus. Oh, Fajita wants back out. She wants. She actually what she wants. She wants me to go inside. We'll see if she'll come on out. Garbage. No, she wasn't wanting out. She was wanting in the kitchen scrap garbage. Got in the garbage can. Not too much of a mess. We don't put nasty, disgusting garbage in the can. We actually wash the garbage out before it goes in the garbage can. Unlike unlike Noodles, that guy lives in filth. I mean, when he potty trains his dog, he potty trains them to go on the table. I mean, I can't believe Noodles does that. Tammy smacked you with a rolled up paper with a newspaper. Yeah, he's the best dog trainer. Trained his dog to go potty right on his table. And for the likes of me, what would make an omelet crunchy? Either you fried it too crisp, or you left the eggshells in it. So do you think he had eggshells in his omelet, or do you think he just fried it at too high of a heat? And made his eggs crispy, almost to the point where they were almost black. No, Moose, I don't think that's really pretending to be a moose. I mean, Moose, if you want, you have my consent. If you want to slap him around, Frank around some, stuff, whip him in line, have at it. I don't even know that that's the real Frank. I don't know what's going on there. But I get a kick out of him being here. You should only steam your omelets. Well, you know what, Tim? I really do believe that Iron Dog. I mean, I really do believe that Noodles omelet would have turned out a lot better if he had steamed them. I just called him Moose. Yeah, I don't get so bad with my dementia. My mind is gone. You're right. It sucks getting old. Morning, Robert. Wherever you are. Is Robert Frank? Is Frank? Is Robert the dishonest Frank? That could be. I'll bet you. I'll bet you Robert is the dishonest Frank. I'll bet you that's it. It does, huh, Mike? I never would have expected that. Why is it sore? And why is it swollen? It's chapped. Oh my. Not you. Now you guys, you know that name right out there, that Robert 208 right there, guys. I gotta tell you that Robert 208 is the most masterful troll that I have ever met. He there's people that go on out there and they make all these accusations. Oh, you're a pedophile. You're this, you're that. Something like that. That's not the type of troll Robert is. But he is a master troll. If anybody wants to be a troll and you want to be a damn good entertaining troll that really pisses people off, study Robert 208. Study Robert 208. The guy is a true master at it. Smoking anything good? Yeah, pipe tobacco. Okay, Owen. Owen was the best one, Robert. Owen was. You're going to have a hard time topping Owen. I know you can do it. I have faith in you, but you're going to have a hard time topping Owen. That was so hilarious. Leave Robert alone. He's mine. Yeah, I know. You two are. Well spoken for. Garlic and honey. Exactly. He's a dirty Canadian Hutter right. Yeah, Owen did that. I've been nothing against Iron Dog. Okay, I want to say this here. I don't know if Iron Dog's in here or not. I think I already told him this, but I have nothing against Iron Dog. I enjoy his live streams. I enjoy give him hell. Give bantering with him. I enjoy it when he insults my cooking and stuff and all the different stuff. Uh, but I quit going to his live streams. I'm not going there anymore. It's not because I don't want to. I do want to go on over to his live streams and participate. But I've decided to back away from his live stream because I do know that a number of people have quit going there because I've been there. And I just want those people to be able to feel safe to go on back. I got plenty of places I can go to. I don't need to go to his live streams. I enjoyed Iron Dog's live streams, but I do want those people to feel safe to be able to feel a part of a community or something. So I mean, I'm not those people. I'm not out to harass them or nothing. I do believe that some of them really do owe me an apology, but I'll never get one from them. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to ask for an apology from them, and they're not going to get one from me. Uh, but I don't want them alienated, and I just want that put on out there. I just don't want nothing to do with some of those people. Nothing at all. I hate that I'm giving up Iron Dog's live chats for these people that really aren't worthy of it in my book. But I think it's the right thing for me to do. Now, whether they'll come back to Iron Dog's chat, I don't know. But I'm hoping they will for their sake. Had somebody say they were sorry the other day. That's cool, dog. They were sorry they ever met you. Doug, I really do miss going to your live streams, but like I said, I mean, if I ran a number of people off your live stream, that's really not cool. I shouldn't be running people away from your live streams, and I do have a lot of respect for you and your live streams. So that's why I'm staying away is for you to have that opportunity to not have me running people away from your live streams. I don't care if anybody comes over here and runs people away from my live streams. I'm not trying to grow one. I'm not trying to do anything with this channel. It's just for funsies. But I really don't want to ruin your live streams by being there and having people feel uncomfortable because I'm there. I know it's on them and not me, but still, I'm just saying, I mean, if they'll come around and have fun, maybe later on I can come on in there with a different name that they might not know initially, stuff, and maybe people can handle being around me again. I don't know, but I don't even care about that. But for some of that place is hell. Well, I agree with you on that. There's some people that I would rather not see ever again, period. But I'm not even going to talk about that individual. Yeah, don't talk about dead weight no matter how much it weighs. A couple that can kiss your ass till the end of time. Well, everybody knows that I'm a shitster and I like to have fun with that. That's part of my makeup. That's part of my genetics. But there's also a side of me that says, you know what, people do need to have a safe place to go. And I know that there's a number of the chatters that do like those individuals that I can't stand, and that's fine. I don't want to judge them or alienate the other chatters from these people. A safe place on YouTube? Not with you around, Moose. There is no such thing as a safe place with you around. Knew you voted for Biden. Right. I really like Rosanna. I think she's a cool gal. I just think she gets caught up in stuff. And you know what? When in the YouTube world, it's really hard to really comprehend what's going on, and it's really easy to take sides. I think that's what's happened with Rosanna, and she was going to be loyal to her friends, even though I think that she was wrong on some of the stuff. I admire her courage to stand up for her friends, even though she was wrong in those situations. But Neither here nor there, really. Tim, I'm kind of thinking that she was right about a lot of stuff. I don't know about everything, but I think she was right about a lot of stuff. I wish I could talk to her again. The dumpster is always the dumper is always left behind. Morning, Jr. That looked good this morning, Robert. That's what I had for dinner last night, except for I made my own mayonnaise. And no, I'm not talking about the type of mayonnaise you and Moose make together. But that's what I had last night for dinner. By the way, if you all want to know how I make my mayonnaise, it is so easy to make your own mayonnaise. 1 cup of oil, 2 eggs, a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then if you got one of those magic wand, you can put it in the blender or put it in the if you had, I like using it, putting it in a wide mouth jar and using the, what are those magic wand things called? Moose. Never can remember what they're called. And you can just blend the stuff right up in the jar. No, you're thinking about the sourdough pancake starter. That's what I use, Moose. That's sourdough pancake starter. Robert, I mean, uh, Red, that's actually how mayonnaise is made. If you're ever cooking and you don't have any oil, just dump mayonnaise in there for oil. Because it's mainly oil. Grab the shaft by the base firmly, then shake it up and down vigorously. Yes, Red, really, that's how mayonnaise is made. One cup of 1 cup of oil, 1 to 2 eggs, and a tablespoon of, uh, of lemon juice, and a little bit of salt. And you can also put more seasonings to different stuff if you want, but that's the basis of it. That's how mayonnaise is made. And if it doesn't coagulate, like mayonnaise does, get thick, and just add a little bit more lemon juice. Experiment around with how much lemon juice you need. They say temperature helps if you do everything at room temperature. And I've done things at room temperature. I've done it at everything chilled in the refrigerator. I mean, it doesn't seem to make much difference. But if you go on the internet, it says to do everything at room temperature. You put vinegar in yours. Make that wouldn't that doesn't that make it more like a vinegar more like a Miracle Whip? I would think that vinegar would make it taste more like a Miracle Whip, but I don't know. Maybe not. And a number of the sites will say to separate the egg yolk from the egg white. I put the whole egg in there. That might not be a pure Snow White doing it that way. You know, just a hint of yellow to it, but it's still mainly white. You know, it's being that I get to select the oil that's being used red, and I usually use extra virgin olive oil in mine. Being that I get to select the oil that I'm using, it is easier on my digestive system, for real. Um, I'm not recommending this here, but if you buy mayonnaise from the store and you end up leaving it out for a day on the counter with it open, you can still eat it. But you know, because it's been pasteurized and all the different stuff, you mayonnaise you won't get salmonella near as easily as you would back in the '60s and '70s when you know they were pasteurizing things and doing it made it where it's safer that way to be on the more counter stable. Not saying that you should do that, but I'm just saying that it's less likely to get salmonella. But when you make your own mayonnaise, it only don't ever leave it out. You know, I mean, don't ever leave it out when you make your own mayonnaise. You got to keep it refrigerated, and it will be it will be refrigerator stable for about a week and a half. Safely a week and a half. Probably could go 2 weeks, but I wouldn't let it go more than a week and a half. That's disgusting. On the dash of my. No, I store it on the manifold. Yes, it does have a short lifespan. You know, week and a half. So you know that's the deal. You can make instead of buying mayonnaise by the quart, just make yourself a half a pint or a pint at a time. You know, just make the amount of mayonnaise that you're just going to use for the week. At the end of the week, before it goes bad, just use the rest of it for oils to make toast with and stuff, or for fried potatoes or something. It should be a felony for goods to abuse mayo like that. But yeah, that's what we do. If I don't use it by the end of the week, if I haven't used it, I'll dump the mayonnaise in the pan. The leftover there was usually not much. I'll put it in the frying pan and fry whatever I'm making and use it for the oil just to use it on up. Take care, Moose. I'll be right back. I gotta grab me another cup of coffee. I just buy me blue plate mayonnaise. I don't need no more Sally Mo Nelly. Well, I we didn't make mayo. We've been making mayo, our own mayo, off and on. I don't know, for 5, 6, 7 years, maybe longer. I don't know how long we've been, but that's just been off and on when we don't have any mayonnaise in the house. Then we just go ahead and make our own here and there, a little bit at a time. Usually we'd buy it, and I always only bought Best Food. I only like, if I want to buy mayonnaise, it's got to be Best Food. Um, but anymore, it's $8 a quart for mayonnaise. $8 a quart for mayonnaise, and I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm making my own. I'm not ever buying mayonnaise. I'm not paying no $8 a quart. I mean, that's highway robbery right there. $8 for a quart of mayonnaise. Yeah, it is high price here, and I have no idea why it's that high. But things, I mean, food has gotten really expensive here this last, things under by Joe Biden, bless his heart, is getting so expensive. And he takes credit for being the one to raise the Social Security up the most for us retired folk. The fool doesn't realize that he's raised the cost of living up more than what he's raised our checks at. And we're supposed to be happy with what he's doing. I'd rather have my lower income that I was making before and have the lower prices than what we've got now. Just up to my, I asked Robert if he wanted the mayo pasteurized. He said, no, just up to my nipples, please. Oh, brother Moose. Mm. Must be shipping and fuel, whatever it is. It's everything is getting ridiculously high here. And put on your nipple socks, Robert. Oh, no kidding, JR. You know, when I was up there, um, buying beer at the store and hard alcohol, it was comparable to buying it here. The prices for alcohol really wasn't that bad. But when I go to the bar, that same beer that would cost me 30 cents or 40 cents or whatever to buy out of the grocery store by a case, it costs, I don't know, $12, $15 a case up there. You'd go into the bar and order a beer, and that beer was $5 in the bar. And to order a mixed drink was $20, minimum of $20 with a mixed drink at the bars up there. I mean, it was just I would go into a bar and spend $100 and not get drunk. I mean, $100 and you can't get drunk off of $100. It's crazy. Um, but milk, everything else. I think when I was up there, I think milk was over $3, $4 a gallon up there, and that we're talking about the early '80s. Back in the early '80s, I mean, groceries were expensive. That's what we did, Jr. That's what we did. There was one bar that was pretty cool up there. It was called the Howling Dog Saloon. Um, it was a seasonal bar. They was only open for the summer months. They closed during the winter. It was a barn. That was somebody from the pipeline when they first started putting the pipeline. They created a bar up there and just ran during the summer months. They shut down for the winter. They shut it down for Halloween, and they always had a one heck of a Halloween party. The last night that they were open, a huge Halloween bash. But anyway, they had a big old tree that they'd slabbed in half, and that was made oiled it up, and all the pipe workers, everybody coming to the bar, everybody carved their name on into the bar. That went on for years until finally the health department said that they had to seal off that counter to where the germs couldn't collect in it or whatever. So now you can't carve your name in there anymore. I think I was one of the last people to be able to carve my name into that bar. But anyway, that bar was really cool. In the back, they had a big open yard. It's fenced in, but it's a huge yard with, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 8 volleyball courts and tables and stuff around the perimeter and stuff, and some basketball hoops and stuff. You could, anyway, the big old like a 6 foot tall picket fence, board fence all the way around the perimeter of it, and all the way around the perimeter of this fence you would see strings that were thrown over with little stick on the end of the string. So all these strings all the way around the perimeter of the bar. Now the bar knew that people were doing this, and they were perfectly accepted with it. They never tried to shut it down or nothing. But there'd be all these strings hanging over the fence all the way around this huge deal. And you'd go over to the fence if you wanted to drink. You'd grab that string and pull up, and on the outside of the fence would be tied to a bottle of Jack Daniels or Old Crow or whatever. You never knew what you would grab, but you grab that string, you pull the bottle up, you take a couple of swigs off it, put the cork back in, throw it back over the fence, and leave the string hanging for the next person. I mean, it was really a cool place to go to, and they had the best parties. It was great. It was a really cool place. It was definitely a redneck place too. Howling Dog Saloon. Google it. I think you can Google it. Howling Dog Saloon. Every year they close down it for Halloween. Um, when when uh, when Ronald Reagan came up there and met who was it from Russia or the Pope or no when he met the Pope up in Alaska. Ronald Reagan met the Pope in Alaska. They rolled out the red carpet for the Pope to come on. Well, the Howling Dog Saloon ended up with that red carpet, and they roll it out every year for the Halloween party for people to dance on and stuff. Yeah, somebody probably poisoned. I don't know if they do that now. Now, keep in mind, I don't know about now, but Alaskans, at least back then, they were a totally different breed from the lower 48. You didn't have to worry. I mean, yeah, you had your nut jobs and your crazies and stuff like that, but nobody would do anything like that back then when I was up there anyway. I mean, there was some real crazies up there, but there wasn't people that would just poison something just for the sake of poisoning. The old sourdoughs were the best. There was some crazy sourdoughs. Yep, Google up the Howling Dog Saloon. It has some history. Yeah, it's outside of Fairbanks. Or it used to. I mean, when I was up there, it was outside of Fairbanks. It was another little village. I don't remember what it was at, but it was on the skirts of Fairbanks. Now maybe Fairbanks has engulfed that community now. I don't know. Says it's still kicking. Yeah, that's a cool. If you ever get up to Alaska during the summer months, you gotta check out the Howling Dog Saloon. I figured it would be still kicking around. It was a very popular place, and it does have a lot of history. But yeah, it was cool, man. You'd go on in there. I mean, it was expensive to buy drinks in the bar inside there. And if I remember right, they wouldn't bring the drinks on out to you outside, but you could go out there and you could play volleyball and kick around at the tables and drink and I mean, it's just an old barn. The place isn't insulated, meaning that it's not heated or nothing. It seems to me like they did put a fireplace on in there and they'd run it some, but I can't remember for sure. I can't swear by that now. I might be thinking of a different place. But I do know that it's changed. Last time I Googled it, the area. I lived in 12 Mile Village, which was just outside of the town of North Pole. And North Pole was just a little tiny community when I was up there. And it's become a big city. I mean, it's become cityfied. It's grown humongous. But it was just a little tiny community when I was up there. I mean, I know they've engulfed 12 Mile Village now. I had some real fun times up there, up in Alaska. It was good times. There was a lot to do. I had a kind of a trap line, sorta, kind of. I wasn't no trapper. I just kind of played with it. I'd go out there and set traps, and yeah, I didn't catch much. I wasn't good at it at all. I was a real amateur at it, but it was something to get out of the house during the winter months. And I ran my trap line going up the Tanana River, but it was a combination of a trap line and a fishing line. I'd drill holes in through the river, and I'd drop a hook in the water. Then I'd cover it up with branches, the hole, and then throw some snow over it and a little flag there to mark the spot. And I would go up the river, um, and bait the hook as I'm going up the river, and I'd take cross country skis and snowshoes to go up it, and it would take me all day to go up to one end of my trap line, make camp at the other, and spend the night. Then the next day I'd come back down and I'd check all my traps and all my fish holes, and grab the fish and stuff, whatever I got to put them in my pack, carry it on back. When I catch the fish, I throw them one out. It'd be 30 below zero on out, and it wouldn't take long for those fish to freeze up solid in the snow. I mean, just throw them when you pull them on out. You throw them in the snow, and they'd just freeze up solid real quick. I'd throw them in my pack and take them back home. Wouldn't even thaw them out. It was 20, 30 below zero. It's too cold out there to even think about gutting a fish on out there. Take them on home. These fish were frozen so solid you could take them, you could whack them over a rock, and they'd break in half. They were frozen that solid that they would just break in half. Throw them in the bathtub full of water to thaw them on out so you could clean them, and they'd start swimming around in the bathtub. Now that was some weird stuff there. Bars were cool in Vozier City block back in the 80s and 90s. Bars here are rough, yeah. We got a bar here that I'll go to on a rare occasion for lunchtime for a hamburger because they make really good hamburgers. I refuse to go into a McDonald's or Burger King or any of that ever again. I find their hamburgers to be disgusting. But there's this one bar here. They make really good hamburgers. I mean, I don't drink anymore, so and the noon crowd, people going in there having lunch, might have a beer. They're not getting drunk at that time of day. Not going nowhere in that cold. Actually, it wasn't bad, Jr. It really wasn't. Mind you, keep in mind, I went from, lived in the Pacific Northwest and Northern California most of my young life. I moved basically from California to Northern California to Arkansas and Louisiana. So I mean, I was used to the heat. and the humidity and stuff at those days. It was hot, it was humid, it was miserable. But then I moved from that right up to Alaska. And that first winter, that first summer, it was great. I mean, when it would get up to be 100 degrees up in Alaska, it felt like it was 80 to me. I mean, it was a lot drier heat. Even 100 degrees was comfortable. But when winter came, I wasn't prepared for winter. My first year on up there, I was not prepared for winter at all. I had no clue what I was getting into, and I didn't even think about getting ready. People said, "Oh, you got to get ready for winter," and yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'll worry about that when winter gets here. Well, I'll tell you what. When winter came, it came fast. Yeah, I got up one morning. One day I go to work and it was 70 degrees on out. The next morning I get on up and it's like a minus 5 or 10 degrees on out. The leaves instantly turned orange, turned the colors. Uh, Fall lasted maybe 6 hours from the time that everything went from green to orange to where the leaves were blew off the trees and the trees were bare. And the fall lasted about 6 hours. And then it was gone, and it was like 5, 10 below zero. Cold, cold, cold. And I got out to work that day with nothing but summer gear. But the plumbers there, they had these big old rag bags, full of rags that they used from, and why they needed these big old 4 or 5 gallon bags, 4 or 5 garbage bags full of rags. I got to work, and I was the first person to work, and here's these bag rags out there. It was so cold, I started digging through those rag bags, and I found myself old sweatshirts, sweatpants, all sorts of stuff. Man, I bundled on up with the rags on there just to stay warm for that day. And the boss, he told me when he got there, he says, "Okay," he says, "I'm going to give you an advance. Here's what you need to get." So I got a pair of refrigerator wear, bib overalls, refrigerator wear, a coat, and a bunny boots and a sheepskin stocking hat. And with that gear there, it was toasty warm, and I could go out easily in 30, 40, 50 below zero weather. 60 below zero, it was getting really cold on the lungs and stuff. But the key to living in that cold country is just having the right gear. You can dress for that cold, but you can't take off enough clothes for the heat. But after that, I got to looking forward to winters because work would slow down when it dropped below. I mean, we'd work framing houses to 20, 30 below zero. But after it got below 30 zero, we had to quit because anything that was metal, and you're always banging stuff, it would your tools would turn brittle. They would break. You'd break nail guns, you'd break skill saws, you'd break hammers. Hammers would break in 60 below zero. If you're trying to drive a nail or something. So then that's where you start learning to have fun with the winter sports up there. You know, and do a little inner tube sledding, cross country skiing, snowshoeing. Start, even though you ain't no good at trapping or fishing or whatever, ice fishing or whatever, you just get out there and do it just for funsies, just for any excuse to get outside of the house because otherwise you're going to get cabin fever bad. It's nice if you can afford to buy a some snowmobiles and stuff to go snowmobiling on out there and be able to have a cabin in the woods to go snowmobiling to with the woods still going on out there and stuff. But either way, you don't have to have that stuff to enjoy the winters. But you must have the clothes to stay warm. That's a must. Did they wait till spring's roof? You, they would dry it in. They would dry it in, but most of the time, it depend if they were using a metal roof, they'd go ahead and roof it during the. In most houses, were metal roofs, so they would do it year round. If they were doing a shingle roof, an asphalt roof, yeah, they'd wait till summertime. I mean, if they're going to use an asphalt roof, they would just tarp over the roof, because that way that when the snow would build up or whatever on there, it's not going to leak through and start dripping inside when it's thawing out. It was it was different. Okay, this is how we built houses up there in the wintertime. We take clear visqueen into 16 penny nails and use 16 penny nails to stitch the visqueen together. So we'd have a piece of visqueen, say 200 feet by 200 feet, all stitched together to make one big sheet, laid out over the whole site. We would stake down the sides, secure the sides of it all the way around the perimeter of it, and then at different points, we'd take the diesel space heaters and put the space heaters blowing in underneath the visqueen. It would fire up two or three of those. It'd only take two or three of those to heat it on up, and it wouldn't take but maybe a half hour for the thing to blow up like a balloon, where all the warm air inside there would lift it on up. So it'd be warm inside. Yeah, I mean, it was t-shirt weather. Your eyes would burn from the diesel fumes from those space heaters. You'd have to go outside and get fresh air every half hour or something. But we'd run that heat on in there, and that would thaw out the ground where we could set up and pour the foundations in there. And once the foundation was in, then we'd put the floor in, and we'd frame all the exterior walls on the deck. We'd frame them all up, and if it was a two-story house, we would frame the house, the walls up. The 17 feet tall, 18 feet tall, depending on what height ceiling they were going with. But we'd frame them up two by four walls, full height, all four exterior walls, assuming that the house is just a square box, before exterior walls. We wouldn't frame any of the interior walls at all. But as soon as we had all four of the walls framed with the plywood on there for the subsheeting, then they'd bring a crane on out. We'd pull the tarp all back, and we'd stand those walls with the crane and land the. Then we'd land the truss up there. There's no inside walls at all, and it's 2-story up. So you're walking top plate, 2x4 top plate, 2 feet or 2-story up in the air, landing and rolling truss up on top of those walls, and then we'd sheet it and get it dried on in. Once it was dried on in, then we could put the heater back inside the house, get the temperatures back up inside of there, and then we'd start framing in the interior walls. We'd frame 8 or 9 foot tall interior walls, 2x4 interior walls, and they would be framed in about a foot from the inside of the outside walls. So our exterior walls, even though they were framed with 2x4 walls, there'd be two 2x4 walls, and they'd be a total of a foot apart. So our exterior walls were 12 inches thick. But we'd frame the first floor, 8, 9 feet tall walls, roll the joists on that, frame the floors, and then frame our interior upstairs walls and stuff. And so we could pretty much build year round up there. Yeah, I don't care if he killed our chat. I don't care if he killed the chat GR. Stuff that I like to talk about, I like to talk about. I don't care if other people are interested in it. Customer support with a foreigner, that was fun. Can't understand a word those guys say. Morning, Chairman. The bottom line is, though, Jr. If Moose is busy, if Moose keeps the chat moving, and Soda and a few other chatters. That a person has to recognize you have your key chatters that you really want to keep happy. If you want to keep your chat active, you gotta keep key chatters happy because they're the ones that keep the chat moving. And if people get too sensitive to these people get too sensitive and they complain. So then these key chatters start being timed out. And then those key chatters leave. And then from there on, that person's live stream is always dead. Okay, take care, JR. Thanks for coming on in. Leo should be with Billy. He's the best. That can't be the real Frank. That can't be the real Frank. The real Frank would never say that. I'm going to take up off here a little bit. I've got to start getting ready to go up the hill. Like I said last night, I got to do some canning again today. A friend of mine's got a whole bunch of tomatoes ready to go. So I got to go up there and can up his half for him. And then bring my half in, and I want to roast mine over the fire. Roasted tomato sauce. Smoke roasted. You think that's COVID? Dishonest fake is COVID? That could be. Philly is a sexual rhinoceros. Dirty old hillbilly tomatoes. I wonder where Moose is at. I'd like to ask him if he's ever roasted tomatoes for canning. Like, I wonder if anybody's ever done that. I want to try that with this next batch of smoking them. Roasting them over a fire to smoke them and thicken them on up before I can them. And he's a hillbilly, so he would know. He's a hillbilly from Georgia. Leo needs to talk to you. She ain't going to answer your phone calls if you're the real Frank. Well, I think Red is right. I think you're convid. Lord help us if I gave Convid a wrench. Anyway, I might as well start my morning. I do need to get myself a little bit of breakfast before I head up the mountain. We'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all.